So in Zephaniah 3, you're told that um, in the millennium reign, um, God is going to restore the pure language. Um, so the people that are saying Yahweh, Elohim, whatever, like all these things, trying to force it on you, right? That you have to be like, oh, you have to say Elohim instead of God. They're written of um, in Judges 12. Um, and they're going to get destroyed for being like this, for focusing on these pronunciations. But so this is Zephaniah 3, starting verse 1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. She obeyed not the voice. She received not correction. She trusted not in Jehovah. She drew not near to her God. Because the only thing that you have to be aware of is that third commandment, where you're not supposed to take the name of Jehovah your God in vain, right? So, and that also means with Yeshua, right? Because he comes in his Father's name. That doesn't go for like things like Elohim or trying to make sure that you're saying even like Jehovah's name to like oh, how is it exactly? Like, we don't have Paleo Hebrew. We don't know that. But you're supposed to speak in a language that people understand, right? Because Yeshua's name in English is Joshua. And it's like it's going to sound the same, just a little bit funnier, right? Jehovah, you have Jehovah. It's the same thing, slightly different pronunciation. You're not supposed to be like, you must say Yehoashua instead of Yeshua or whatever. Her princes within her are roaring lions. Her judges are evening wolves, because these same people, they're probably keeping a dusk to dusk Sabbath instead of keeping the day dawning in their heart. And so you see how Satan, right, the god of this world, he's a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour, right? And the Torah movement are the same way, because they're looking to find these proselytes. I mean, the Christian church does as well, but they also do this where they try to find somebody to make them twice the child of hell. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law, because a lot of these people are doing the feasts. Oh wait, they nod not the bone to the law, right? And that's pretty sure about the Passover. But these people, they're polluting the sanctuary by their abominable feasts, because that's Isaiah 66, right? And he's going to choose their fears and put them over them. The just Jehovah is in the midst, or they have done violence to the law, right? And Deuteronomy 12, during 16, tells you about these things, how you're supposed to be keeping the law. The just Jehovah is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. I mean, these people are unjust stewards, but anyways. I've cut off the nations, their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabitant. I said, surely thou wilt fear me. Thou wilt receive instruction, so their dwelling should not be cut off. Howsoever I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doings. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith Jehovah, right? Watch and wait, because you're supposed to be rebuking the gate, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms. Right, the gathering happens, but the second Exodus, where they're gathered from all the countries where the house of Israel was scattered. That I may assemble the kingdoms, pour upon mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. Right, and that's the great and terrible day of the Lord, the great tribulation. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Right, because that's Isaiah 66. We already were talking about it, the first few verses, and you go down, right? For by fire and by a sword will he plead with all flesh. And you see how the whole earth will be devoured. For then after that, will I turn unto the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of Jehovah to serve him with one consent. Because they're not going to be, because God is going to restore his Paleo Hebrew, right? You don't know his pure language. So the people that are forcing a certain way to pronounce things on you, like it's, yes, gotta stop calling on Jesus, right? Because it's not, that's the Antichrist. But you can pronounce his name as Yeshua, Joshua, Yehoshua, and then with his father's name, Jehovah, Yah, Jehovah, and I mean, like, people might say, what, like, Yahuwah or Yahusha, like, it's fine if you say that, but don't force a specific pronunciation, because you don't have the pronunciation. And so this is what happened to because people don't listen to these warnings, right? Then you see in Judges 12, where they get destroyed for doing this, being like this. And the men of Ephraim, right, Ephraim, they're drunk on pride, gathered themselves together and went northward and said unto Jephthah, wherefore passest thou over to fight against the children of Ammon, and didst not call us to go with thee? We will burn thine house upon thee with fire. And Jephthah said unto them, I and my people were at great strife with the children of Ammon, and when I called you, ye delivered me not out of their hands. And when I saw that ye delivered me not, I put my life in my hands, passed over against the children of Ammon. And Jehovah delivered them into my hand. Wherefore then are ye come up unto me this day, to fight against me? Then Jephthah gathered together all the men of Gilead, and fought with Ephraim. And the men of Gilead smote Ephraim, because they said, Ye Gileads are fugitives of Ephraim among the Ephraimites and among the Manassites. Right, and remember, Isaiah 28 talks about Ephraim, where they're drunk on pride. And Ephraim, where it's a spiritual attribute, where they're all drunk on pride. Right, and this is especially where these people are forcing a specific pronunciation, because they think, oh, we figured out the pure language, even though God said he was going to restore it in the new kingdom. Right, he's going in the new kingdom, right, this is the restitution of all things, as it's said in Acts 3. The kingdom is restored, the pure language is restored, the feasts are restored, like everything is restored. The calendar is restored, all that. Let's see here. And the Gileads took the passages of Jordan before the Ephraimites, and it was so. Then when those Ephraimites which were escaped said, Let me go over, that the men of Gilead said unto him, Art thou an Ephraim? If he said, Nay, then said they unto him, Say now, Shibloeth. And he said, Shibloeth, for he could not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and slew him at the passages of Jordan, and there fell at that time of the Ephraimites 42,000. Right, and this is exactly what's happening with in Zephaniah 3. But yeah, stop focusing on the language. Like, stop focusing on the language. Focus on instead telling people to keep the 10 Commandments, to enter into covenant.